operation. We have over 100 project presentations to share live with you over Zoom connections. We are very proud of our excellent senior design program, as it rivals programs nationwide in meeting curricular requirements for design. Engineering design is an iterative, creative, problem-solving process in which science, mathematics, and engineering and computing principles are applied to convert resources into solutions. It has a direct and vital impact on the quality of life for all people. With these stakes in mind, our students have been working hard all year long, and especially these past few months, to finish their projects, and these presentations represent the culminating efforts for their degree programs. We deeply appreciate our project sponsors and industry liaisons, our faculty advisors, and the teams that manage and provide instruction for these capstone courses, including Mike Thorburn and Chris Bachman, John Shamma, Howard Lum, Jason Song, and Rupa Purasengi, Paul Liu, Elaine Kang, Jungshu Lim, and Raj Pamula, as well as our staff members, Hasmeek Simon and Evelyn Lee. Now, on with the shows, and I'll see you online.
Hi, everybody. I'm Mike Thorburn, and on behalf of the Cal State University, Los Angeles, and the College of Engineering, Computer Science, and Technology, I want to welcome you to the 2020 Engineering, Computer Science, and Technology Capstone Senior Design Expo. This year, it's a truly unique experience for us and for you, as the Expo will be done live via Zoom. Additionally, sessions will be recorded for those not able to participate in the live event. The students have all worked especially hard to make this event happen and to ensure the audience is able to participate from a safe social distance. Between mechanical engineering, electrical engineering, computer science, civil engineering, and technology, we have about 100 presentations scheduled over a period of about 2 weeks. I encourage you to participate constructively in as many as you can. Your feedback is critically important to the students. As you're watching this video, you must already know about our webpage. If you take time to go through it, you'll find detail about all of the presentations and projects. Cal State LA is protecting the event from mischief by using passwords, but if you request access, we'll happily send it to you. The students have been working on their project since August of 2019. Obviously, the COVID-19 epidemic was a huge disruption over the last month and a half, and it's been hard for everybody. I'm proud to say our Cal State LA Engineering, Computer Science, and Technology students, just as they have always done, have shown great persistence to overcome the obstacles confronting them and have made a tremendous effort to wrap up their projects and present them to you now. On behalf of the university and on behalf of these terrific students, I welcome you to Expo 2020.
Hello, my name is Miguel Castillo, and my team members are Aschelle Thomas, Samuel Moon, Danny Tran, and Conan Yi. I would like to thank our project sponsors, Los Angeles County Public Defender, our incredible liaisons, Mohammed Rawi and Gratia Dsouza, and our project advisor, Dr. Chengyu's son, for assisting and guiding the team up to this final presentation. Next. Los Angeles County Public Defender has taken on daunting mission to bring modern tools and technologies to automate tasks in reviewing video evidence. Using Box.com, a cloud storage provider, like I mentioned, one of those tasks is reviewing video evidence. The reason for this task to be automated is because video evidence can potentially be hours long, and most of the video is noise. For example, let us take CCTV tape. The video is received and going to be reviewed by lawyers or paralegals. Instead of going through a 1 hour video, or possibly longer, we have developed a tool that will enable them to review hotspots of the video. These hotspots indicate areas that have a high amount of information and relevance. Next. Our project goals were to integrate an artificial intelligence and machine learning processing service with Box Cloud, our cloud storage platform. We also look to use cloud computing service to handle all the calls from Box and from the video processing service. From the video processing service, we looked for something that would transcribe at face detection, timestamps, and topic labeling. Since we are handling sensitive information, we have taken precautionary measures to ensure all calls and processing is secure. Next.
As Miguel mentioned, we'll be using Box.com for our project. So Box.com is essentially a content storage provider. This allows teams to work on a singular project and won't have to worry about what version each person has, due to the fact that it's able to update every time it's being changed by someone else, so everyone has the same version and not an outdated version. Box also provides a software framework that we'll be using known as Box Skills. This will allow us to integrate external AI and ML tools and web services. Next. These AI and ML engines that we'll be using are Microsoft Azure Media Services, Azure Video Indexer, and Google Dialogflow. Essentially, their job for this project will be to create raw metadata. This raw metadata will be extracted from the video that has been uploaded onto Box. Once this metadata has been extracted and processed, it'll be sent back to Box for further processing to create the Box skill cards that will be displayed in the final product of the video. In order for us to fully know what service we're planning to use for this project, we ran a few tests on them to make sure we had the perfect product and services for this project. Next slide. So in order for us to do that, what we did was run them through various videos of different lengths. In this diagram I have here containing the different transcription systems we use, in this case we have Video Indexer, which also contains Microsoft Azure, the media service, Google Dialogflow, and manual transcription. As we can see for this example, this is based on an 18-minute video. Manual transcription is a little bit more than 50%. This is due to the fact that while we, the team members, were going through this video, there was a great deal of noise in this video from other members talking who were on the scene, helicopters flying overhead, and even some members talking at the same time. This made it hard for us to create a full and complete transcript, and it took hours or days to fully create one. Video Indexer and Microsoft Azure Media Service both created the same accuracy in terms of transcription at about 50% accuracy. This is also due to the same reason of the excess noise in the background and everyone talking at the same time at different ranges from the speaker. Google Dialogflow, as we could see, is less than 10%. This is due to the same reasons as I mentioned before for Video Indexer and manual testing. The biggest issue that Video Indexer faced, unfortunately, was that for this 18-minute video, it was unable to fully separate speakers when they spoke at the same time, or separate them from the noise that's taking place in the background, which means in this case, an 18-minute video transcription turned into a 5-minute transcription, which is not ideal for this project or what public defenders wants. We also checked out their costs for this project, and the cost would be that for Google Dialogflow in terms of this project was 47 cents for this entire video, 18-minute video. Well, Microsoft services and Video Indexer both covered 27 cents. This was way more cost effective for us and will be way more cost effective for public defenders in the long run when they have to process thousands upon thousands of videos. Next slide.
I'll be going over application architecture. System have 3 main components: Box on the left and AWS Lambda in the middle, which will be running our skill application. And to the right, we have Microsoft Video Indexer, which is the AI that we'll be using to analyze our videos. To begin, a user will need to upload a file onto a skill-enabled folder on Box. That Box skill will then send an event to our skill app. Our skill app will extract the necessary information from the event to make a call to Video Indexer, with instructing it on which language will the analysis need to analyze and how to obtain the file from Box. And it will obtain the file from Box and begin the processing it. Once the analysis is ready, it will notify our skill app, and our skill app will retrieve it and begin writing the metadata back to Box. In the event that our skill app failed to do any step, it will send an email back to a designated email notifying its failures. Next.
Now I'll be going over a demo of the installation. So you just go through the manual, very simple. And here I'll install the dependencies. I'll show you where you can get your AWS key and secret. And this key and secret is necessary for serverless to access AWS so it can create the services needed for the application. And now that installation is complete, we'll just put in our key and secret in there. And finally, we can deploy our application. And during deployment, serverless will create our AWS Lambda, where our application will be held, as well as a URL to connect to the application and an S3 bucket. And here I'll create a sample Box skill just to show how simple it is to set up. And here I will set the name. Next, you just paste the URL into invocation URL and copy the client ID so that we may enable our Box skill onto a specific folder. Now, when you upload a file to the specific folder, the file information will be sent through our previously copied URL. Now, finally, in AWS Lambda, all we need to do is set up the environment variables. And the most important variables being the API gateway, being the connection point from Box skill to our application, the S3 bucket name, and the video indexer account ID and keys to process our videos. Next, Sam will be going over the product of our application.
The transcription process is done automatically when a video is uploaded to Box. You can drag and drop the video or use Box's upload functionality. When the upload completes, the video is sent to a video indexer for analysis. And depending on the length of the video, the metadata section will at first be blank for a few minutes while it's being processed by a video indexer. Once it is done processing, we'll see the rich metadata presented as Box skill cards. We'll see frequently spoken words that's compiled as keywords while on the right side.
Taking a radical sectarian turn. This Syrian hospital overflowing.
Text is timestamped, and the timestamp is clickable.
Yeah, go to
clicking on the timestamp, we'll skip the video to the part where it was spoken. And on the bottom, we'll see bases that were identified. Video indexer has an optional feature that uses the Bing search engine
to Russia for help.
Some additional information about the person.
There are even more of those gruesome.
And in our second example, we have a will feature the multi-language feature of Video Indexer, where the spoken language is detected automatically in up to 10 languages. The video is uploaded the same as before, but the AI machine learning engine automatically detects that the spoken words were Spanish without additional configuration, and changes the keywords in transcribed text to also be in Spanish. Clicking on the transcribed text will also work the same as before, which jumps the video to the part where it is spoken. And that concludes our demo.
Thank you for being here. This concludes our presentations. Any question?
Yes, guys, this is great. First of all, I'm just so excited for every one of you. I just now remember this feeling of, yes, I'm done. And I hope that all of you guys have nothing else. You're just graduating after this, and congratulations. I love how diverse this group is. You know, Aschelle, you have broken all the odds. You know, like you're a girl of color who successfully finished computer science. I'm so proud of you. I hope your family, I'm sure your family are over the moon and proud of you. So thanks for being persistent, and thanks for, you know, proving everyone wrong that you have to be a guy to finish computer science. So I'm so glad that you were added to the group. Everyone else, you guys will have a great future. And before I get to my questions, I want to make sure that I say this. One of the reasons, and Dr. Pamula and I worked on this for, I don't know, Dr. Pamula, 2 years. It took this program 2 years to see fruition. One of the main reasons I had for this program is for you guys to put on your resume that you worked for 1 year at the largest county in the nation, the most populous county in the nation, County of Los Angeles. We are the largest public defender's office in the nation, arguably in the world. We're the first ever established in the nation, right? So you need to put this in your resume, especially when you apply for the county, and I'll be very upset if you don't apply to the county. There are requirements for entry-level positions where you need to have at least 6 months of experience. So make sure that you put this accurately. I am more than happy to help you guys, every single one of you, with your resume, with your reference. You put me there, put Gratia in there as well. And with applications. I have done that before with the previous group. Please reach out to me. You have my contact information. I am more than happy to go through your resume and help you take a look at it. Good. We'll get to that more. So we'll talk more after this. So let me get back to this project. This project is, you know, it's phenomenal. It's a win-win-win, and I'll tell you why. One is it's one of the first pain points I have received from the attorneys, as you know. You mentioned they've spent hours and hours, and secondly, there's always this imbalance between prosecution and defense. And that's why, you know, it's always interesting for me when you hear on the news why our prisons are overpopulated, is because you have 60,000 law enforcement officers and 700 attorneys, right? So there's a huge gap. And each attorney has an average of 40 to 50 cases, and multiply that by about, Gracia, what was it, 6 hours average length of video body worn camera that they receive?
Yes.
It's just virtually impossible. And what you have done here using technology in a place that is not really inclined to use technology, you know, attorneys, they love paper. Is a huge breakthrough. And the third win is you guys have implemented it. We didn't go to a fancy, like huge title SI system integrator. It's our students, our residents, our constituents as the county. So it's just I'm so proud that we were able to achieve this. Now, the two questions that I had, one is after this, we do have the environments already spun up. I worked with the Amazon. We have a non-eval, we have a prod environment, and we have the box dev and prod environments. I know that the steps of deployment are really simple, but we may need one of you guys to help us with the deployment after this presentation. The last interaction we had when you guys visited our headquarters, we spoke about the multi-language, and then one of the things that came up from that meeting is, can we, to increase accuracy, can we delineate Spanish from English and ensure that the AI will focus on English or Spanish? And I see that you have two folders. I just wanted to understand from you how you guys implemented that and how you ensure that it's not going to try to predict multiple languages. It will be focusing on one language.
Yeah, so in the box skills, there's one for English and one for Spanish. And yes, when you upload a video with mostly English into the English folder, it will just only like look for English words. And the same with Spanish. It'll only look for Spanish, and yeah.
Perfect. So we're able
Mohammed's
to. Yeah,
question is how can you tell whether the video was uploaded to the English folder or Spanish folder? You are using only one skill app to do both, right?
Well, that's a good question. I don't know if we need then two apps to run different streams. So for us, we will know that this is, usually when the attorney is assigned to the case, they will know even before seeing the client that the client is Spanish speaker, right? So from our side, for them to drag and drop into the Spanish folder, I'm pretty sure it's not going to be an issue. But I think from a system implementation, we need to have a completely separate serverless applications. Dr. Sen?
My understanding is no. So I have the impression that the code would look at the request from Box and determine whether the request comes from the Spanish folder or English folder, and then so there's only one app, not two.
Perfect. And is there a queue issue, Dr. Sen? Will there be? So if we drop videos into these folders, is there like a throttle issues that we might have? Because to say everyone is like at one moment 500 files dropped into several folders.
Yeah, I think
what does that mean?
You broke up a little bit, so I didn't get the whole question, but I kind of see what you are asking. So there's no throttle issue both on Box and on Microsoft Azure service. There may be a queuing issue, meaning that if you drop like 500 files all at the same time, they are not going to be processed at the same time. So exactly how Azure Cloud is queuing the files, we do not know, and we do not have control. It, generally speaking, should not be an issue because they won't be lost. They will be eventually gets processed. My guess is that if you drop too many files all at the same time, you may run into the access token expiration problem. Even though it expires after 24 hours, sounds like enough time, but the videos at the end of the queue might get expired because it has to be wait for a long time to be processed. But we have the email alert function built in. So if that happens, you will get an email alert. You will know that certain videos are not processed. You'll just re-upload them.
Great. That's great. So yeah, when we have exceptions, we we will receive an email, and then we can notify the user that, hey, there was an issue, you need to restart, right?
Yeah.
And with that, well, how do we retry that video? Do we delete it and add it again to the folder?
I think so. I didn't see a way to say request the skill, right? So I would say that you probably need to re-upload it to trigger the skill again.
Yep, we'll try. I think it looks just at a digital stamp with the time and see if this was if this went through the process or not. Great, yeah, we can give this a go. So that's the questions I have. The biggest concern we had is, if you recall, guys, when we did the busy body worn camera, they because of the noise, the algorithm thought that they were speaking German, and it's great that we could address that. No more questions for me. If we can, Dr. Pamula, if we can have the like just a little bit more of a commitment from the team. We have the environment ready. They can just shadow us as we deploy it. We can do this through Zoom. That will be great. And I also want to make sure that once we go live, I want to bring government technology like last year to do a story about it. And this time I want the students to be featured. So I want the students to be interviewed as well.
Cool.
Yeah, the students are committed, right?
So Conan, are you going to be around for a while to help with the installation stuff?
Yeah, I'm free for most of the time.
Mohammed, I already set up the meeting with Dr. Sun and Conan and Albert Friday.
Perfect, excellent. So yeah, once we deploy it, from the box side, of course, we can go and point it to a different folder. Right now, we're just going to do a test folder until our client case management system is deployed, and then we'll map it to different folders. But that's great. If we can do this on Friday, then I think we're good to go. Dr. Pamula, I will reach out to you because we do have project ideas for this year.
Yeah.
We already signed up. So we have.
Yeah, you took those words away from me. That's good.
No, I know. I know the stress on you. Even though Dr. Kang is supposed to be handling the stress, I know they still go to you. So completely understand. We'll work on this. Dr. Sun, look, you're amazing. I learned Java framework web development from you. I still, you can ask Gratia. I developed an app for IT support requests with the pandemic, and I used all the knowledge I gained from you learning Java framework server-side development. So
and he developed within like 24 hours.
It was a weekend. It took like maybe 30 hours, but it's working really well. It has good workflows and everything.
But Dr. Sun can develop lots of frameworks very easily too. He's becoming an expert and a pro.
He's amazing. And Dr. Sun, just so you know, if you recall, when years ago when I was a student, you recorded the Java, I forgot what was the class number, but it was the server-side development. I still have those recordings. 320. I still have those recordings. It's in my cloud storage. So thank you for your leadership on this project. I'm sure the students learned a lot from you. I certainly have learned significant amount of, really useful development, less theory, and more applicable development from you, and appreciate your support. I hope we will have you on the next year project as well.
And also, Mohammed, the follow-up to a project, we want the same faculty advisor too, because there's less of a learning curve, and that's what we would hope.
Yeah, I have the best. I'm happy.
Yes. Okay.
Great. Gracia, any questions for you?
No, thank you so much. And I'm proud of you, students. Great work. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congrats, guys.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everyone. Give them an A. Dr. Pamula, all of them, A's. Please.
Thank you. Yeah, we needed the recommendation. Yes.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you all so much for being here.
Yep.
Thank you.
So, all right, guys, good job. I'll forward the link for tomorrow's meeting to you guys, and Conan needs to be there, but anybody else, if you guys want to join, feel free.
Okay.
Are you done with all the presentations? Oh, there's one more, right, for you?
No, the other one was done on Monday, so
Okay,
I'm done with senior design.
Okay, good. But they make sure the students have to upload everything onto CSNS first of all.
Yes.
Yes.
So please do that. You heard Dr. Fumula.
Yeah, before that, I think the grade is still not out yet, so be careful. Yes. Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Thanks.
Thank you, Dr.
Take care,
Fumula.
everyone.
Bye.